I'm Melina, and today I'm going to talk about how to care less. So, there's this well-known saying that says, fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. And that's exactly why you should care less. Because a lot of times we're too afraid to start. So, we're too afraid means we care too much. And that's why some people never start. But it's not something to be ashamed of if you fail. And it's not bad to make mistakes. And I know that in school we learn that we shouldn't make mistakes and we should always be 100% prepared for everything before we start something. But I don't think that's true. I think that mistakes happen. They happen daily, especially sometimes if you're tired, like something falls down or something doesn't go your way. That's normal, but in our community and in the generation we live in, sometimes it seems like you're a failure if you make too many mistakes. But that's not true. And also the most successful people in this world, they made so many mistakes, and that's why they are really wise now, and that's why they learn so much, and that's why they're successful now. Because if you get successful very quick, there's like a really big point missing. Like you're successful, but you don't have a lot of experience. And experience is so important to like have more success in the long run. So if you make mistakes, you actually internalize a lesson, and if an experience was bad for you, like if you made a mistake and you felt very bad, you don't want this to happen to you again, right? So you internalized it and you learn from the lesson, and you will do everything to prevent yourself from making the same mistake again. So I said you can make mistakes, but I don't mean repeat the same mistake again. So make the mistake, but take it as a lesson and take it as a blessing and use it as a teacher to lead you to the right way. But don't feel ashamed if you make mistakes, especially if you're a beginner. You will make so many mistakes before you can become an expert. So don't worry about being bad in the beginning. Actually, I think it's one of the bravest acts to start learning a new skill, because most of the times you're gonna be bad. And the experts, of course, they're gonna be so much better than you. But like if you are afraid of people judging you, I can tell you something that you should remember for the rest of your life. Only people who are below you will judge you. People who are above you will actually want to help you because they've been there. Like they've also been beginners and they have a lot of advice they want to give to you, especially if it's really successful people. Then they are humble because they don't let their success get to their head, and they want to help you and they would never judge you. One, because they've been there, they are humble, and also because they're so focused on themselves that they don't even have time to judge you. So most of the times people who judge you are people who are too afraid to try the thing that you're trying now themselves, and they project their fears onto you. And you shouldn't take that personally, and you shouldn't care. You shouldn't care because those people spend a whole day judging other people and they don't get anything done themselves. And then if they succeed, they're not even happy about it because they already annoyed that somebody else is better than them. Don't be one of those people. If you are good at something, help people who are just starting and beginning, because you know you've been there too. So yeah, that's one thing and one advice that I can give you, and one reason also why you shouldn't be afraid of being judged, because it doesn't matter what other people think. It really doesn't. You have your dreams and you're gonna follow them no matter what people say, and in the end yeah, they gonna celebrate you for who you are, and even if they don't, it doesn't matter. And I actually started caring less when I started traveling a lot, so that was like 6 years ago. And I started caring less and not judging because there's in other places things are so different. For example, in some countries you eat a warm breakfast, right? And in some other countries you eat cold breakfast. And for those nations who eat a cold breakfast, it's so weird that other people eat warm breakfast. And in those countries where they eat warm breakfast, it's so weird that other people eat cold breakfast. But none of those traditions is more normal than the other one. Actually, normal doesn't even exist. What's normal for one person is completely weird for the other. So there's no normal, and it doesn't make sense to judge people, because if you would be in their shoes, you might would do the exact same thing. You don't know their background, you don't know what they feel day to day. You've never walked a day in their shoes, so why would you judge? Like, what gives you the power to judge them? Don't judge people, like, just don't do it. Focus on yourself, focus on your goals, and if you want to get better, talk to experts, like talk to people who are where you want to be, and don't listen to random noise of people who are too afraid to do the things you want to do themselves, and who project their fears onto you. So remember, if somebody judges you, it's only because they project their insecurities onto you, or because they just judge in general. Like, they would judge you if you do nothing, and they would judge you if you do too much. So yeah, you shouldn't care. And what I do sometimes, I dance through the city. So like literally I just dance like this, have my AirPods in, and I just dance through the city. And some people will look at you like, huh? And some people will actually smile, and you put a smile in their faces, and you will realize it's not that deep. Life is like a game, and like, of course you have to make mistakes to get better. It's like a game, like you have to play more times to get better. And like, if you don't take yourself too serious, it will also inspire people to not take themselves too serious. Like, don't take everything too serious. It's not that deep. And yeah, like, that's what I really wanted to tell you. You should really care less about what other people think of you, and also don't be too hard on yourself. Like, of course, if you start something new, you're probably not gonna be that good at it. Except if you're an exception. But I think one of the bravest things you can do is to learn something new, and to have the braveness to be bad at something. Actually, I think if you have the braveness to start something new and be bad at it, that's so much more brave than always do the same thing where you're already good at it over and over again and be too afraid to learn something new. Also, as a child, I think we really should use kids as a motivation, because when babies learn how to walk, they fall down a lot of times, but they don't think 1 second, maybe walking isn't for me. They really want to know how to walk, and they're gonna learn how to walk because they try over and over again, and they don't give up. And that's why we all as adults know how to walk now, because we didn't give up. So I really encourage you to care less and not give up. And even if you fail, it doesn't matter. Just take it as your teacher and learn from it. And I think if you learn in theory, it's worth that much. And if you learn by practicing, it's worth that much. And if you learn by making mistakes, it's worth that much. Because, like I said before, you really internalize the lesson, and it helps you for your future so much more than just reading about it. Like, you should execute. Just try, and don't think about what other people will think about you, because maybe the people think about you for like 5 seconds of their day, but afterwards they will forget about you anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you don't mean that much to strangers as you think you do. Maybe they think about you for a second, but they don't think about you for the whole day. But you're gonna be with you your whole life. So I really encourage you to chase your dreams, because nobody cares. Nobody cares, work harder. And nobody cares is actually a really, nobody cares is a blessing, because you can just do whatever you want to do, and just don't listen to people who judge you, because like I said, they will judge anyway, and it doesn't matter, because why would you listen to their opinion? The people who really matter, your friends and family, won't judge you, and the people who are experts in the area you want to be good in won't judge you either. They will help you and give you advice. So yeah, I hope you care less now, and I see you in my next video. Bye, have a nice day.